Hey guys! Today I'm going to talk to you about the new Netflix movie Pieces of a Woman. This came out yesterday. It is now on Netflix to watch and I highly recommend it. Although, fair warning, it is very triggering for anyone who has lost a child or that would trigger them in some way, and it's very heartbreaking. This is a hard movie to watch, but I think it's an absolutely must-watch movie, so let's talk about it.
Hey, Tessa from Mama's Geeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel.
All right, guys, so almost 8 years ago today, 8 years ago on January 2nd, in fact, I was birthing a child at home. My youngest daughter was born at home, and it's one of the most amazing experiences. I can't rave about it enough. I'm so glad I did it. So when I read that this movie was about a heartbreaking home birth, I knew that it was going to hit me probably different than it will hit most other people. And you know what? Listen, I think it did, but I think anyone who watches this is going to be a little bit heartbroken. I cried so much during this movie. Now, the first half hour is the home birth. It's a 2-hour long movie. And I have seen some people saying that maybe this was too much of the home birth, right? It's basically, like I said, a quarter of the movie. But I feel the complete opposite. I think it's absolutely perfect, this half hour. I think you need to understand what these characters are going through. I think you need to understand what happened in that moment so that you can really, truly understand and appreciate the rest of the movie. Now, this isn't a spoiler because the description of the movie literally says, after a heartbreaking home birth. So we all know what happens. I don't even want to say the words out loud because I'll start crying. This movie absolutely rocked me. As a mother, anything involving children and children dying absolutely gets me. It's something I can't handle because my brain does all sorts of crazy things. And having done a home birth myself, it just, this was a lot. This was really hard. So fair warning, this movie can be very, very triggering for anyone who has lost a child. I did have a miscarriage earlier before my firstborn daughter, but so death of children, it's something that always gets me. Anyways, of course, that's not what happens in this movie. It's a much, I don't want to say worse because they're both very heartbreaking events that can happen to a woman. But that was just, oof. And throughout the movie, you see not only her, but you see her partner, played by Shia LaBeouf. You see the way he deals with this as well, right? His heartbreak. And so I really like that they show both sides of it, although I'm not a giant fan of how he acted, but I don't want to give spoilers. I don't want to say too much. But this movie, I think, like I said, it's 2 hours long. It's going to be triggering. It's going to be heartbreaking. But man, the acting is so powerful, and the message too is so powerful. I had a lot of people ask, why would you want to do a home birth to me? And why did I want to do a home birth? I birthed my first child in the hospital, and I felt like I was pressured into getting an epidural and pressured into this and that and pressured into rushing through stuff and pressured into things that I didn't want to be pressured into. And I knew that taking it, to the home, I would be in a safe space. Plus, I could also have my oldest daughter with me, whereas the hospital that I would have been having my youngest daughter at wouldn't even allow my other daughter to even come visit while I was in the hospital, and I didn't want that. So, to everyone, their own choice, of course, and, this same sort of thing could happen in the hospital, too. It's not just something that happens in a home birth, but this was a fear that I had, There was this fear, of course, having a child at home. So I think this movie really, really hit me deep in the gut and in the heart. But I think it was just such a fantastic movie filled with powerful, powerful acting performances. I haven't seen Shia in anything for a while, and wow, this shows that, yes, he can act. Even if he's a little bit cuckoo, he can act. He's fantastic in this. But everyone is fantastic in this. I really liked it. There's several moments that made me tear up. Towards the end, I was a sobbing mess. At the beginning, I was a sobbing mess. I really, really love this movie, and I think it's an absolute must-watch. But again, fair warning, you've got half hour of a home birth and you do see some graphic stuff, so keep that in mind. It's definitely not a movie for children, but it is a great movie. I think it shows a great... I just love seeing, that they show the reality of it, right? The reality of this is how people grieve and mourn. And I really enjoyed it to see the different ways everybody reacted to this between not just the two parents, but also the mother of the mother, So I'm going to stop rambling because I don't want to give spoilers, but I'm just going to say I think this is an absolute must-watch movie, but just, again, fair warning, it can totally be triggering. It's definitely heartbreaking. Have tissues handy, but enjoy it for what it is. Be sure to let me know in the comments if you've seen this movie and what you thought about it, or is it something you plan to see, and why? Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. As always, you can follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Mama's Geeky over there, MAMASGEEKY. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, guys.